Have you ever looked at your dog and just had a feeling that something was a little off?
You know they're not sick, but they just don't seem like their usual happy-go-lucky selves? Well, that feeling might be your intuition picking up on something very real: hidden stress. Our dogs can't tell us when they're feeling overwhelmed, so they show us in other, much more subtle ways.
And learning to read these quiet signals is one of the most important things we can do for their well-being. Today, we're going to dive deep into 5 surprising signs that your dog is secretly stressed out. Trust me, some of these will make you see your furry friend's behavior in a whole new light. By the end of this video, you'll be a pro at spotting these hidden cues, helping you create an even stronger, happier bond with your best friend.
First up, let's talk about what I call calming signals gone into overdrive. Have you ever noticed your dog yawning when they clearly haven't just woken up? Or maybe they start licking their lips and nose when there's no food around? These behaviors, along with things like excessive paw licking or grooming, are often mistaken for just quirky dog habits.
But they're actually self-soothing behaviors. A yawn can be a dog's way of trying to calm themselves down in a situation they find uncomfortable.
Similarly, that quick lip lick can be a sign of mild anxiety. Think of it like a person nervously fiddling with their hair or tapping their foot. When you see these actions happening frequently or out of context, it's a huge clue that your dog is trying to cope with some underlying stress. It's not just a random tick, it's a communication signal, and it's our job to pay attention. The second sign is all about body language. We all know the obvious signs of a scared dog, like a tucked tail or flattened ears. But stress often shows up in much more subtle physical tension. Look for what's called a whale eye, where you can see the whites of your dog's eyes in a crescent shape. This often happens when they turn their head away from something, but keep their eyes fixed on it, signaling they're worried. Another subtle sign is a tightly closed mouth, maybe with the corners pulled back slightly. A relaxed dog usually has a soft, slightly open mouth. A tense jaw is a dead giveaway for stress. Also, watch their posture. A stiff, rigid body, even when they're just standing still, can indicate they're on high alert.
They might also hold their head low. These are the quieter, more persistent signs of chronic stress that can easily fly under the radar if you're not looking closely.
Now for our third sign, and this one might really surprise you: sudden, excessive shedding. Have you ever been at the vet's office and noticed a literal cloud of fur around your dog on the examination table? That's not a coincidence. It's often called stress shedding. When a dog experiences acute stress, their body can release hormones like adrenaline, which can cause their hair follicles to release fur all at once. So, if you're not in the middle of a seasonal shed and you suddenly find yourself covered in dog hair after a loud thunderstorm, a car ride, or a visit from a new person, it's a strong indicator that the event was stressful for your pup.
It's a physiological response to anxiety. Paying attention to when this shedding happens can give you incredible insight into what specific situations or environments are triggering your dog's stress.
The fourth sign we need to talk about is avoidance and displacement behavior. This is when your dog actively tries to remove themselves from a stressful situation or distract themselves with a random activity.
Avoidance can be obvious, like your dog physically getting up and walking away when a child tries to hug them, or hiding under a table when you have guests over.
But it can also be more subtle. They might simply turn their head away, refuse to make eye contact, or suddenly become intensely interested in sniffing a patch of grass to avoid interacting with another dog they're unsure about.
This is their polite way of saying, "I'm not comfortable, please give me space."
Displacement behaviors are things like suddenly scratching an itch that isn't there, or starting to play with a toy with frantic energy. It's a way to release nervous tension. When you see these behaviors, respect them. It's your dog's cry for help, asking for an escape from something that's making them anxious. And finally, our fifth sign: changes in appetite or potty habits. Just like with people, a dog's gut is highly connected to their emotional state. A stressed dog might suddenly lose their appetite and turn their nose up at their favorite meal. For some dogs, the opposite happens, and they might seem ravenously hungry or start begging for food more than usual as a coping mechanism.
The same goes for their bathroom habits. If your perfectly house-trained dog suddenly starts having accidents inside, it's crucial to rule out a medical issue with your vet first.
But if they get a clean bill of health, stress is a very likely culprit. Stress can cause an urgent need to go to the bathroom. This is another one of those clear physical manifestations of an internal emotional struggle. Don't get mad at your dog for these changes. See them for what they are, a signal that they are feeling overwhelmed and need your help and support. So what do we do with all this information? Recognizing these 5 signs, the excessive self-soothing, the tense body language, the sudden shedding, the avoidance, and the changes in appetite, is the critical first step.
The next step is to become a detective. Start noticing when these behaviors happen. Is it during thunderstorms? When you have visitors? When you leave the house?
By identifying the triggers, you can start to manage your dog's environment to make them feel safer. This could mean creating a cozy, safe space for them, using calming aids, or working with a positive reinforcement trainer to help build their confidence.
Remember, a stress-free dog isn't just a happier dog, they're a healthier dog.
Your bond will grow stronger as they learn that you understand them and will always have their back. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this helps you understand your furry family member a little bit better. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on how to give your dog the best life possible.
And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever noticed any of these subtle stress signs in your own dog?
Let's share our stories and learn from each other. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.